So now let's talk about only if. If P and Q are statements, P only if Q means if not Q, then not P. Or equivalently, if P then Q. So basically, P only if Q means if P then Q. Okay, so the question says, rewrite the statements in 34 and 35 in if-then form in two ways, one of which is the contrapositive of the other. Number 34, which I typed right here, says, the Cubs will win the pennant only if they win tomorrow's game. Because there's an only if here, if you want to write the sentence in if-then form, all you have to do is take the first part of the only if sentence and put that next to an if. So if the Cubs win the pennant, I can change the grammar around a bit just to make sure the sentence makes sense. Then I will write whatever is after the only if. So then they will win tomorrow's game. And so this sentence right here is logically equivalent to this sentence. Now they asked us to write the contrapositive of this sentence as well. And since this sentence is logically equivalent to this sentence, we can take the contrapositive of this if-then sentence and that would work. So in order to write the contrapositive, we would take the negation of the then part of the if-then sentence. So we would then put that next to an if, because contrapositives are in if-then form. So if the Cubs do not win tomorrow's game, then the negation of the if part of the if-then sentence, then the Cubs will not win the pennant. So this right here is the contrapositive. Now let's do number 35. 35 says, Sam will be allowed on Sine's racing boat only if he is an expert sailor. So in order to write this sentence in if-then form, we take the first part of the only if and put it next to an if. So if Sam is allowed on Sine's racing boat, I'm not really sure how to pronounce this name, so sorry if I'm butchering it. Then the second part of the only if sentence, so then he is an expert sailor. And if we want to take the contrapositive of that if-then statement, then we would take the negation of the then part, which is if Sam is not an expert sailor, then Sam is not allowed on Sine's racing boat. Now, keep in mind that the sentence has to make sense. I did change the grammar around a bit. I replaced the pronouns here and there. Yeah, you may have to do that, so keep that in mind.